Shalom. Let's start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the hopeful elect that's pushing this truth across the four corners of the earth in all faith, truth, and sincerity. It's Amawana Bud back again in the sin. That's what I'm going to about how the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, he will deliver and have mercy upon the elect of the so-called Negro, Latino natives, which are the Israelites. In these times are going forward, those that, believe in Lord Yahweh Shai, the elect, those that believe in this truth that the apostles and the elders and the brother Great Millstone teach, the correct doctrine of the Lord, those that believe in Lord Yahweh Shai and this truth, the Lord Yahushua will have mercy upon his elect. If you're a part of that righteous number, hopefully I am. Of the 100, hopefully be part of that righteous number of the 144,000 and the 1/3 the number of the Israelites. The Lord Yahushua, he's gonna deliver his elect and hear the cries and from his elect, and deliver them out of the times of trouble. The times of trouble, the great tribulations that we you can say end, but not fully, but going into the times, the times of Jacob's trouble, the times that we in now going forward. Lord Yahushua will deliver his elect and hear the cries of his elect, and deliver them out of out of the situations that they find themselves in tough situations that it seems like there's no way out, but Lord Yahweh Yahushua will deliver his elect, that believe on him and call upon him, and Lord Yahushua will have mercy and deliver his elect. But let's start off with Psalms 34 and 17. The righteous cry, and the Lord Yahweh heareth and delivered them out of all the troubles. So Lord Yahushua, the righteous cry. So who are the righteous? The righteous are the so-called Negro, Latino natives, which are Israelites, but starting with the elect in these times right now. Lord Yahushua will hear his elect of Israel, or Israelites, because 2/3 Israelites are, they are in the ways of this world. The so-called white man, East Sodomites, they are in league with the so-called white man, East Sodomite devils. They believe in this, they believe in this world. They trust in the so-called white man, East Sodomite devils world, this system. They don't trust in the Lord Yahweh Shai. They don't believe in this truth that the apostles and the elders and the brother Great Millstone teach. Only the elect, believe, in the Lord Yahweh Shai, and believe in this truth that the apostles and the elders and the brother Great Millstone teach. But the Lord Yahweh Shai will, he gonna hear the elect cries and deliver them out of the times of trouble that we say we in, really, and going forward. It's not to the extreme level yet, but it's going to get there. Chaos and all our anarchy in the streets of America is going to come about, man. Things are happening, somewhat now. It's going to amp up more as we go forward. Things going to get real serious going forward in these times, and going into, we're in the spring now, and then going into the summer. Things gonna it's gonna heat up. And ain't talking about like having fun, being in the sun. I'm talking about it's gonna get wild out here in America, Babylon Great, especially like I say, the prices of food, and then like I say gas prices, it has jumped up since this situation in Iran. So gas prices start going up more and more, and people gonna start feeling, the stress, financially, and that's when people gonna take matters to their own hand and do what they gotta do to survive. we're gonna start robbing, stealing, killing more. Whatever they gotta do to survive. That's the times we heading into. But Lord Yahweh Shai would deliver his elect out of the times that we're in, the times of troubles, or men, Lord, that may be going through things now. Lord Yahweh Shai will deliver you from it. Me myself, first and foremost, it's all about keeping the faith in the Lord Yahweh Shai and praying and fasting and calling upon him, for mercy and deliverance. So, but go to Psalms 34:18. The Lord Yahweh is nigh unto them that are broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit. So Lord Yahweh, it's now unto them, and the elect, those believe in Lord Yahweh, that of a broken heart. Again, I say the heart, that broken heart, and that's going to the blood that the thing that's in your chest, not the the thing that's pumping in your chest, right? Not the the thing that's pumping in your heart. One word I want to say, but what's pumping inside your chest. It's not talking about that heart. It's talking about your mind. Which you go to the Hebrew word for heart. Heart, it means lob. It means your mind. So, those got the broken, in the mind, in a contrite spirit, being in this truth, you're not gonna be perfect. You strive to be perfect. The elect strive to be perfect, and you're gonna mess up. And you're gonna do things that, hey, that you like, man, Lord Yahweh, have mercy on me, and deliver me, from, you have shortcomings, and believing in this truth, and and following in Lord Yahweh Shai, and me myself first and foremost, you gonna find yourself, making mistakes, but it's all about, if you're really sincere, and being sincere, and knowing that you made a mistake, and you cry to the Lord Yahweh Shai for mercy and deliverance from the mistakes that you've done in the truth, but you strive to be perfect, and you want to please the Lord Yahweh Shai. That's go for me first and foremost, and to that, you push, you push and believe, and you fight, for this truth, and to believe, and teach this word correctly, and I just hope that Lord Yahweh shall have mercy, me myself first and foremost, have mercy and deliver you in these times, that Lord Yahweh shall deliver, those that believe in the Lord Yahweh shall, in His truth, because like I say, you catch yourself, I say you do things that, hey, like, oh man, I messed up, whatever it may be. But, if, like I say, you have that contrite spirit, like, you have a real remorse of, like, I messed up, and just, you pray to Lord Yahweh Shai, and fast and pray that, He have mercy, and, hey, don't let it weigh you down. And it goes to me first of all, you make a mistake, and you don't let it weigh you down, and keep moving, keep pushing, and keep, and try to be better, and not to make mistakes that you keep making up, keep doing, and stop doing it and get away from it. And that goes to me first and foremost. Psalm 34:19. Many are the affliction of the righteous, but the Lord Yahweh shall deliver him out of all of them. So many are the afflictions of the righteous. So, men, Lord, that teach the truth from the apostles and Ellsberg, Brother Ray Millstone, men, Lord, deal with, the pains and sufferings of being in this truth, whether it be losses or, being in this, being in this body, you got to deal with ailments, and you got to fight through that and continue to teach this word, push this word, and, to edify, those that believe, to get an understanding of this word, to edify, to build, the faith of the elect, hopefully I'm probably righteous number, but that's what the apostles and the elders, brother Grimstone, that what the apostles and elders and the brother Grimstone, they teach the truth to, give you edifying understanding of this word and to build you up in the faith, especially in these times we're going forward, because me myself, first and foremost, your faith, and those that believe Lord Yahweh Shai, your faith gonna have to be like out of this world, like to really believe that, hey, the Lord Yahweh Shai, is gonna deliver you out of your troubles, and like I say, Lord Yahweh Shai deliver, men of Lord, out of situations, which I don't go into scripture of that. But Lord Yahweh Shai, if you're the elect, He's gonna deliver you out of your troubles and situations, in these times and going forward. But I'm gonna go from there to there's Ecclesiasticus 2:10. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Whom did he ever despise that call upon him? So look at the generation of old. So look at, like, the men of the Lord, the men that, believe in the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua, that believe in the Lord, that abide in his fear, that fear the Lord, to really, have a sincere, had sincerely fear the Lord, and believe in the Lord Yahweh Shai. And the Lord Yahweh Shai knows He's elect. He knows He's elect. Just like it's a men of the Lord, like He delivered men of the Lord, back in the times, ancient times, Daniel, Daniel in the lion's den, Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, the fiery furnace. Peter, Paul, Saul, being in prison. The Lord Yahweh, delivered Peter, Paul, and Saul out of prison, So like I said, Lord Yahweh, Lord Yahweh delivered His, men of the Lord out of situations, man. But it's all about putting your faith and trust in Him fully, and not doubting. It goes to me first from and not having no doubt that He's not gonna deliver you. It's all about having patience and believing on Him. If you're a part of the righteous number, He will deliver you. But if not, then you're just gonna be destroyed. It's what it is. It's just a part of the 2/3 number. You know what I'm saying? But it's hopefully, hopefully, Lord Yahweh shall have mercy, and I'm part of the righteous number, the elect, because that's you want to be of that righteous number. To have mercy and deliver us by Lord Yahweh, about in these times going forward. But I'll go from there. Let's see. What's the next verse? Ecclesiasticus 2:11. For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins, and saving in time of affliction. So the Lord Yahweh is full of compassion and mercy, long suffering, very pitiful, and forgiving the sins. Because I said, we in this grace period. And like I was saying earlier, you can make mistakes in this truth, but it's all about, knowing, the mistake you made and not doing it again, and, and move forward, and not let it weigh you down. And knowing that the Lord Yahweh, He's long suffering, He's merciful, of His elect, men of the Lord, this is true, those that believe in Him, He gonna deliver you. He gonna deliver His elect out of, I said, the troubles and pains and sufferings. Believing on Him, and fighting for this, fighting, to push this truth and word, and believing in His word, no matter what, may come upon you, no matter the afflictions or pains or what it may be, you know, might come upon you. You continue to believe. Me myself, first and foremost, continue that you continue to believe in the Lord Yahweh Shai no matter what. You know, cause that's the times that we're in. You know, for those that believe in the Lord Yahweh Shai, you know, it's not gonna get any easier. You know, in this walk, as we know, it's like, you know, you coming up on the finish line. You know, of on the race. And this place America, Babylon Great, ain't got much time left, and it's all about keep me myself first and foremost. Keep your eyes on the prize. Keep to finish the race. Keep the faith in Lord Yahweh Shah, because it's not too far. To cross the finish line. Because like I said, once this place start to implode. Once this place America, Babylon the Great, start to implode, things just get chaotic. And the Lord Yahweh Shai, take this word away. It's over with. And it's all about keeping the faith and keeping the faith, Lord Yahweh Shai, that you're gonna deliver you out your situations. And the scripture say, the righteous shall scarcely be saved. So it's all come down to, you in a situation like, how am I gonna get up out of this? And Lord Yahweh Shai, he deliver you. If you don't make it out of it, then you just either you keep your faith in Lord Yahweh Shai, you die for the believing Lord, and if you're part of the number, Lord Yahweh Shai gonna raise you back up. You be in the kingdom. But if you die and you're ever not out of the number, then you're just not out of the number. 2/3. You're gonna come back in the kingdom as a baby. But if you up that righteous number, cause like I said, you're gonna have men that are not gonna taste the death. Cause like I said, Lord Yahweh Shai gonna deliver you out of that situation. You're gonna be protected in these times going forward. But like I said, it's gonna be dire situations, like I just said. Daniel and the lions den. Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego in the furnace fire. It's gonna be a situation where you find yourself like, man, it's only Lord Yahweh Shai gonna hope he deliver. I hope he really hope and believe that he believing that he gonna deliver you. And not having doubt, because that's how serious is gonna get going forward. But so I'm going from there. That might have been. Let's see. I think I wanted to stop there. Let's see. Yeah. So I don't want to make this too long. So I just want to go into that. About Lord Yahweh Shai gonna deliver his elect in these times, man. Have mercy upon his elect. He know his elect. He knows the elect of the so-called Negro, Latino natives. He gonna deliver them. From the times of troubles, and from the afflictions and so forth, and being in this truth. But it's all about me myself first and foremost. Don't doubt the Lord Yahweh Shai. Keep the faith. Until the end. So with that, again, I hope this was edifying. So again, I like to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahshua, Bahashem, Kakadash, to the apostle elders, to the sister brothers, to the few Akwaf sisters that do listen. Keep the faith in Yahweh Shai. Keep fighting with that. I say Shalom.